Hi guys, my name is Helgard and Rehive is a fintech, no-code fintech app builder. We slot on top of the application layer of the fintech stack. And that's the part you have to typically build yourself if you want to create a fintech product. And our customers are, there we go. And we're targeting marketplaces that want to bring finance into their ecosystem or new fintechs that's getting started. And our key use case is doing payouts. So instead of doing payouts to PayPal or bank accounts, this is an opportunity for a marketplace to do payouts to their own branded app and sort of find a grip in their brands becoming a bank strategy. And just giving a quick, I just wanted to highlight where we fit in on the fintech stack so you have some context before I jump into the demo. So if you think of providers like Plaid or Synapsify or Wire, they're all offering APIs as a service that are able to move real funds around. So we fit right on top of that layer with a pre-integrated application. So just to give a bit more context, the product consists of three parts. There's a transaction ledger system and a user management system that we call the platform. And then we've created an extensions framework for value-added features to be built on top of the platform and or integrations that slots on top of the platform. So Wire is one of the integrations we now have as an end-to-end option that makes it easy for you to go live with a production-ready application. And then we've got this application layer, which is an iOS app, an Android app, a web app, and a dashboard portal. And it's easy to get started with the project. I'll show you now quickly just a quick run through. And as I go through the demo, just keep in mind there's three types of users. There's an administrator user, there is a business user, and then there are individual users. Cool, so basically you can create a project on Rehive by going to the Get Started page. And what I'm just gonna show you here is the very first step you need to make when you build a fintech app on Rehive. You either have to find your own banking partner, your own sponsored banking partner. So in some regions, there aren't any banking as a service APIs, so you're going to have to find your own banking partner. In the US, we're quite excited about this integration with Wire that takes care of the on-ramps and off-ramps. They take care of the custody of the end user's funds, both for fiat and crypto. They take care of the verification of the end users. So if you're a marketplace looking to get started, you need to open a Wire account, a Plaid account, a Rehive account, and in 5 to 10 business days, you have a production-ready PayPal-like application. So I'm just going to show you, you go through the onboarding, and this does take a little bit of time to build. So what I've done is I've just done a project that's already built. And basically follow the step-by-step guide we have here for adding your API credentials into your project. So you, once your project gets started, you can navigate over to the extensions, go to this Wire extension, and then just simply import your API credentials. I'm not going to do all of that. That obviously takes a little bit of time to jump through these hoops. But once you've got these API credentials imported, you're able to move test money around on Wire via real bank account deposits or real crypto deposits. And once that is all set up, then you can start managing your project. So what you see here is the management dashboard interface for the administrator. And it's a transaction ledger and a user management system like I've mentioned. So you can add as many currencies as you want. For each currency you add, you have to identify an underlying store of value partner. So if you choose Wire, they take care of that. If you want to be your own custodian, you obviously need to get your own licensing and do the integrations accordingly. But you can add multiple currencies. You can add multiple types of accounts, define these accounts as user accounts or standalone accounts. You can manage all your transactions from the transactions page, do filters, do exporting, get a sense of what's going on in your business. All user information is captured in Rehive, so you can orchestrate that to the various integrations that you do. So for Wire, they need information to verify a customer, but let's say you want to add Marqeta as a card issuer, or you want to add Onbo as a credit issuer, information needs to be orchestrated to them. And we do that through our extensions framework. And one of the extensions I want to show you today is our mass send extension. So you can integrate this as an API capability where you do a programmatic capability where you do payouts through our APIs. So instead of the customer choosing PayPal, they would choose their own branded wallet as a payout method. And what I'll do here is just an upload of a CSV file to do a mass transfer. So I've got an example file here, just a CSV file. What it looks like is just the recipient's information, the account details, where that transaction is coming from. And as we upload the file, you can see here that the transactions have now been completed. And on the consumer side, you'll see as a user, this is the mobile application once it's configured with your branding. And once you've done that mass send transaction, you can see the transactions coming through here. So I made a $200 transaction to the user. And this is the experience the user sees. This is what the end user sees as an individual. So it's like PayPal. Users can send money to each other. So peer-to-peer payments, you can send money to any other user in the system. If the user does not exist yet, it creates a temporary user that then needs to get verified to claim their funds. And if the user obviously exists in the system already, they'll receive their funds instantly. You can scan a QR code to pay. You can see your portfolio balance as a user. You can earn rewards on any of the events that's triggered in the system. So you can set up campaigns for if you make a purchase, you get a cashback, or if you refer a customer, you can get a cashback on each of the purchases they make. Or you can buy products directly from the app. So it's a lightweight marketplace for merchants to list products that you can spend from. And the benefit here for a marketplace like Fiverr or Upwork or Uber or Lyft is that they have a strategy to launch a banking application or a banking-like application in their ecosystem. And they don't have to go re-engineer all of that from scratch, and they don't have to do somersaults to embed all these capabilities in their existing app, because it can become complex if you want to branch into more advanced financial tools. Obviously, buy now or pay later, or buying insurance on checkout, those things make sense in your existing app. But if you want to expand a bit beyond that, then something like this can empower that strategy better. We can also buy cryptocurrency from the app. So this is also integrated with Wire at this point. So if I want to buy $5 worth of crypto, it creates a coin, it creates a quote, and you can execute the purchase. And these funds then move around on Wire behind the scenes. So that's a buy flow example. And then I also want to show you what it looks like for the business interface. So remember, there's the administrator portal, which is this interface we're seeing here. And I showed you the consumer interfaces, which is the mobile application. And then there is also an interface for merchants in your ecosystem. So let's say you are Upwork that's doing payouts to your customers, and now they have a balance in their wallet for them to then spend at any vendors where they can acquire relevant tools. So let's say they want to buy, where they can buy subscriptions, or where they can buy software products. That's the merchant being able to do those capabilities. So this is the merchant interface. Merchants can list products. Merchants can send invoices to customers. Merchants can also integrate into their point of sale system. And an example of an invoice that you can send is, I'll open a link here of an invoice I created as a draft. And this is just an example of a scan to pay payment flow for the end user. So the customer can see the invoice that's been created, and they can pay with their wallet, or they can pay with any integrated third-party payment method, whether it's crypto or whether it's with a card. The example I'm going to show you here is just a scan to pay payment flow. So I open my mobile app to scan and pay. And there I can see the merchant information just to do a scan and pay at the merchant. And then while all this activity happens within your own branded application, you have a way to access all the transaction data, whether it is just for gaining insight into customer spending or whether it is for reporting purposes. You can see all the activity I've done here is available in the transaction history. And then last but not least, we have the option for clients to white label the front-end interfaces where they get access to the source code to do additional customizations as they want, if they need to do that. And you can also build on our developer APIs to create your own extensions or integrations. Cool, I think that wraps it up for us from Rehive.